Hello students, I am Snehal from the KLE Society's BC College Nipani. So in the previous session we learned on the system integration testing. So now we need to focus on the Big Bang approach of the system integration testing. So what is actually the system integration testing? So when we are learning the system integration testing, it is nothing but the system integration testing is there, or it is used to perform, it is used to verify the interaction between the modules as per the specified requirements. So to do that, and system integration testing is trying to use the Big Bang approach. Now what is the Big Bang approach? Actually the Big Bang approach is there where we can say that an organization is trying to use a software development lifecycle model for the development of the software or any application. So when an organization is trying to develop a model, trying to develop an application with the use of any type of a model, some of the models are those models where some of the models are previously developed and they are stable. Only the few more components we need to add and modified over there. So for that purpose, the system integration testing is going to consider the Big Bang approach. So the content which we are going to discuss in this session is nothing but the Big Bang approach. So let's see now what is the Big Bang approach. So a Big Bang integration testing is an approach in which all the software components or the models are combined at once and make a complicated system. Why? Because system integration testing itself, it is explaining you. Now what it is explaining you, that where the models are going to be interacted with each other, they are going to be mixed with each other. So when we are mixing, when we are having an interaction in between the models or from one model to the another model, so we can say that where we are having a complicated system is going to be generated. Why? Because where all the models are going to be combined together, they are going to be mixed up with each other. So we can say that the Big Bang integration testing approach is an approach in which the software components or the models are combined at once. Means what? They are going to be combined with each other, they are going to be mixed with each other and make a complicated system, complicated means what? It is a lot, it is not a more difficult or more not a easy to understand, but it is a complicated. Why? Because all the models are combined with each other. Now when we are combining with each other the other models, then we can say that, or we need to test that how the information is flowing in between that models, how they are going to be related with each other, how they are working with each other, whether they are showing the result appropriately or not, whether they are expecting the, or whether they are achieving the result as per the specified requirement or not. So that is the Big Bang approach which is associated with our system integration testing. So this unity of different models, what? This unity of different model is then tested as an entity. Now when we are having and the concept of the entity is nothing but the real world object. So when we are having the real world objects which are associated with us, then all these objects are nothing but the system models, and we need to test the unity of the different models. Unity of the different models means what? All the models should give the only one appropriate result. It may not happen that individual models are going to give a separate result, combined models are going to get a separate result. So if this is happening, then we can say that they are not developed appropriately, it is not as per the requirement specification. So according to this, checking the methods, the integration process will not be get executed until all the components are completed. See, the integration process will not be executed. Integration process will not be executed until all the components are completed. Why? Because components must be get interacted with each other. So integration process, how, when it will be get executed? When all the components are complete. then and then only we can merge up them with each other, or then and then only we can mix up them with each other. So this unity of a different modules is then tested as an entity. So big bang approach is there for the system integration testing, where we need to consider that the different modules is then tested as an entity. As an entity means what? We need to test that whether the module is developed as per the requirement specification or not. Why? Because these modules are going to be interacted with each other. So according to this, what we are going to say that according to this, the checking method, the integration process will not be get executed until all the components are completed. Means what? We need to complete the process of development of all the modules, then and then only we can consider the system integration testing. Why? Because it is not only the integration testing where we can create the dummy models of the models where we are going to consider it or where we are going to use it, but it is the whole system, whole entity as we need to check it. So such a approach help us to save the testers time also and the effort while executing the test. Now how it saves the time of the tester? See, as we know that the system is going to be developed. Now it may going to be developed by considering the module wise development, unit wise development, or system as a whole, whatever it may be. Why? Because when an organization is trying to start with the development, they can use any type of a way or approach for the development. So when they are using any type of approach for the development, simultaneously an organization is always getting started to use the testing with them. So when they are having the testing associated with the development process or the development phases of an software application, it is always saving the times of the tester. Why? Because at the early stages of the software development, an organization or the tester is going to get the defects or the errors. So when and at the early stages, if the tester is going to get the defects, then they are requiring a less effort to modify it. So the tester saves their times and the effort while executing that test, because because the errors are less, the time required to recover from that errors is less, so resources required to recover from that errors are also less, so effort is also required is considered as a less. So in all the aspects we can say that it saves the times of the testers, efforts, and all the things. So this is the big bang approach. Now to meet the desired goal and result, okay, the quality assurance engineers have to record properly the test cases and their document outcomes. Otherwise, the whole integration process will be get failed over here also. Why? Because it is the integration testing. It is a system integration testing. Now this system integration testing is based on basically whatever may be the requirements they are collected from the customer. So when they are collecting the requirements from the customers, they need to think that how that requirements will be get fulfilled. So when an organization is trying to fulfill the requirements of the customer, at that time they are thinking on that how to improve the quality, how to maintain or how to achieve the desired goals and the result. So when they are achieving the desired goals and result, here the quality assurance engineers have to record properly the test cases. Now test cases which we have seen previously also. So for example, also again I am going to give you an example for the test cases. Now see, we seen the decision tables, again we seen the boundary value analysis, or again we have seen the equivalence partitioning of the black box testing. So what the test cases we have generated? See, if we are considering the decision table, okay, now decision table means what? We need to consider the sum of the trends, that username. Suppose we have an application, within that simple applications we are having the two text fields where an user is needed to enter the username and password. Now suppose if the user has entered the correct username and password, then the home page will be get displayed. But if the user has entered the correct username and the wrong password, the error message should be get displayed to the user. This is the second test case we need to consider. Now in the third test case, consider that if the user has entered the wrong username but the correct password, Then also the error message should be get displayed to the user. And the last test case which we need to consider, that if the user has entered both the fields, that is nothing but the username and the password wrongly, then the again error message should be get displayed. So these are the test cases which we have written while generating the code of the particular requirement. So appropriately, when a quality engineers or the quality assurance engineers have to record all the test cases and their documentation appropriately, or the outcomes. Otherwise, what will be get happen if that test cases are not recorded appropriately as per the requirement specification, then the whole process will be get failed. Why? Because whatever they have defined, it will not be get achieved, or it is not as per the customer's requirement specification. So whole the system working will be get failed over there, and we can say that the quality of the softwares will not be get achieved over there. So this is the difference between, we can say that how the quality will be get improved. So to improve the quality, we need to maintain the documentation from the beginning phase of the software development life cycle till the end phase of the software development life cycle. Why? Because always maintaining the documentation of your work is very helpful in each and every field, or not only the software development process, it is helpful for you in all the fields. Why? Because see, as you are the students, when we are teaching you any subject or any point, if you make the short notes of that, it will be get helpful for you in the at the time of the examination. But if you are not going to write anything for this for any point, then what will be get happen at the latter time, as and when time is going on, you will be get or you are going to forget this. And if when you are going to forget all some of the points whatever the lecture is going to tell you, then what will be get happen, whatever will be the available material is with you, only that much thing you are going to read. So sometimes it may happen that the sum of the time or the sum of the things will be get missed out over there. So we can say that you are not going to get a full marks for that. So that is the thing where we need to consider this thing in the software development process also, and this thing outside the software development fields also. Why? Because it is related with the achieving the goals, achieving the quality of the software as per the requirement specification of the requirement specification, which are going to be collected or which are going to be maintained in the SRS, that is nothing but the software requirement specification. So SRS is present at the requirement gathering stage. When the designing is there, when we can say that where the software design documents are there. If the development is there, then the small parts of a codes are there. If the testing phase is there, then we can say the small test cases will be get generated over there. Now this documentation is also helpful for the third party person also, those who are new to use that particular application. So for them also this is very important. By referring that document, they are trying to use that application or the software which will be get beneficial for them. So if it is maintained properly, then we can say that we are going to achieve the goal appropriately. But if it is not maintaining the appropriately, then we can say that whole system testing, whole integration testing process will be get failed out. Why? Because we are not going to achieve the result as per the specification. So this is the thing which we need to consider during the system integration testing with their Big Bang approach. So this is the Big Bang approach for the system integration testing. So next we are going to learn on the next term, that is nothing but the defect batch, or what is the defect batch associated with our software testing. So till that, it's okay, and thank you.